I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man. My guest is Emily Malinder. Emily is a trainee solicitor within JMW's Clinical Negligence Department, and March was Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Emily has been working hard right the way throughout March to raise awareness. Emily, what are the common signs and when should people go and see a GP?
So obviously I'm not a doctor, but what I understand about prostate cancer from Cancer Research UK and Prostate Cancer UK's websites is that prostate cancer more commonly is symptomless, especially at its early stages. For those who do have symptoms, they may present as changes in sexual or urinary function. So for example, wanting to go to the toilet more often, difficulty passing urine, blood in urine or semen, or feeling that your bladder hasn't quite emptied properly. But because prostate cancer, and especially early prostate cancer, often doesn't have any symptoms, it's important to get checked out regardless of whether you do have symptoms. So the advice of Prostate Cancer UK is that men or anyone else with a prostate, so transgender females or non-binary people who were assigned male at birth, should speak to their GP, whether they have symptoms or not, if they're over the age of 50. And this is reduced to age 45, where you're someone who is at higher risk of being diagnosed with prostate cancer. So that's if you've got a family history of prostate cancer or if you're a black man. So for those who are unsure whether they should be speaking to a GP or not, Prostate Cancer UK has a really easy to use risk checker tool on their website, and that assesses a person's risk in just 30 seconds. So it provides useful resources, and it also provides advice if you are found to be at higher risk. So this is a really easy way of checking your risk in less than a minute and getting some practical guidance at the same time.
And I mentioned at the start, Emily, that you're raising awareness. Why are JMW raising awareness about prostate cancer?
Well, Dominic, the current figure is that 1 in 8 UK men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. So to me, that's a really staggering figure, and it brings home that this could be your brother, your dad, your granddad, a friend or a colleague. So for this reason alone, I think it's really important to raise awareness for a subject that's not massively talked about, to ensure that we're all aware of the risks and the symptoms that come with prostate cancer. And that's in normal times. The COVID pandemic has meant that less men are coming forward to be diagnosed with prostate cancer. And to put that into perspective, Prostate Cancer UK have estimated that 14,000 men, because of the pandemic, have not started treatment for prostate cancer, which they otherwise would have done had there not been the pandemic. So we're raising awareness at JMW because now, more than ever, it's so important to get speaking about prostate cancer. And you know, we see at JMW firsthand the devastating consequences that a delay in diagnosis can have on individuals and their loved ones.
And it's really good that you are raising this awareness, Emily. And I know that in the sporting world, there's a lot of awareness raised as well. Unfortunately, a lot of your work is around delayed diagnosis of cancer. So how can you help, you know, if there has been a delay in diagnosis?
So my team at JMW are specialists in dealing with claims arising from negligent medical treatment, including delays in diagnosis. And my team have acted for a lot of clients whereby their prognosis was made worse as a result of early concerns not being picked up on, unfortunately. So, for example, the solicitors in my team have acted for a gentleman that suffered a delay in diagnosis of prostate cancer. This meant that he had to undergo more radical treatment than he would have done otherwise. And he's also been left with a poorer prognosis and symptoms that affect him in his day-to-day life.
Emily, thank you very much for your insight. And if you'd like to speak to Emily or the Clinical Negligence Department, you can email insideman@jmw.co.uk or call 0161 82 81 999. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.